All right, so we're looking at building websites, and we were looking at the font property. And so CSS, we have a rule set, and a rule set is made up of selectors, and then there's a declaration block, and declaration blocks are made up of properties and values. And so we were looking at the font property right here, and we had some homework about that over the weekend. So we saw font family, and you could have generic fonts, and you could also have specific ones, and we saw how to use Google Font to go grab stuff, grab a font, and find popular fonts and different weights. So we saw some really good stuff there. We saw font size, and so font size, obviously, set the size of the font, the weight, whether it's bold or not bold. Font variant, line height, and font style. So font variant and text transform properties, take a look at those. So font variant would be like normal, small caps, tilting case, and then there's also the text transform property. So I put it here because it's similar to font variant, because you could do uppercase and lowercase, so I thought we'll have that stuff there. So that's font variant and text transform properties. And then we had the line height, it's changing the leading between the lines, leading, however you say that, the space between the lines. And then we had letter spacing and word spacing and color properties. And so I included all those there because this is to me kind of like typography, right? So we're learning about font, the different font settings, but also some of these typography ones like text transform or letter spacing, word spacing, color. So we're just doing a little review here, and we saw Google Fonts, and we also saw text align and text shadow. So text align allows us to put things into the center. You know, we could align text into the center area. And text shadow, we have a X offset, a Y offset, a blur radius, and color for text shadow. And then text decoration allows us to do like none or underline or overline or line through text decoration. And we compared text decoration to del and S, right? The elements del and S. And del is for you've deleted something, but you want to show it's been deleted. And S is like I'm striking through this. It's changed. So then we had text-indent, and then hands-on exercises. So the one there, text-align, maybe let's just take a quick look at text-align. And so we come in here, and we have text-align. We've got 25 formatting text, 25 formatting text right here, and then text-align, and index, and div with something in it. And then we make our div width 90% and text align center. And when we look at that, right, it put the text into the center. Where if we didn't have text align on that center, then the text is over on the left. So that's text align. So just some properties. And then we had some homework that we did with that. Hands-on exercises. Serif font and sans-serif fonts, we learned about those, and you know, we use Google Fonts with different font weights, and CSS transform all the text of a sentence to uppercase and italic. So text transform uppercase, and let's just look at those a second. Text transform uppercase, and then italic. Which would be italic? Seriously, I'm asking because I don't know.
Font style.
Font style? Is that the italic one?
Should be, yeah.
Font weight, font size, font family. Font style, font family, font size, serif sans, font weight, font variant, line height, font style, italic. Yay! Awesome. Font style. So text transform, uppercase, font style, italic. Set spacing between characters in a short phrase. So how do we set the spacing between characters? Anybody?
Letter spacing.
Letter spacing. Let's just bring it up so we could see it. Letter spacing. Nice. Word spacing. Color. Good recollection, Robert. And add shadow to text in H1 tag. What would we use there for shadow? Add shadow. Text shadow. And remove the underline on an anchor tag. How do we use that? decoration something. Text decoration. And show text is no longer relevant by putting a line through it. You could use S, you could use del, you could also use text decoration line through. And indent the first line of a paragraph. Text indent. So that's where it's kind of like, okay, I understand it when I hear it, it makes sense, but then to recall that stuff and be able to use it, like, oh, I want to indent, text indent. I want to put a line through this, text transform, line through, or S or del. I want my anchor tag to not be underlined, text transform, none, right, for the anchor tag. I want italic, font style italic. I want uppercase, text transform uppercase. And so that's what this review is here, right? Font, font family, font size, font weight, font variant, small caps, tilting caps, text transform, uppercase, lowercase, line height, font style, letter spacing, word spacing, text align, text shadow, text decoration, text indent, max width, min width. We didn't talk about max and min width, but those came up apparently in there. So instead of just width, you could say max width. So don't let it ever get wider than this width, or never let it get smaller, min width. Never let it get smaller than this width. So max width and min width, two different properties. So that's a little bit of a review. Anybody have questions about that?